Lucas Lentsch is the CEO of the United Soybean Board. He joins us again on the Soy Checkoff Check-In. Lucas, welcome back.
Good to be with you.
Yeah, glad that you are here. We've been focusing on the Soy Checkoff Check-In on health and nutrition. What is the goal and how much of an investment is being made in soybeans through the Checkoff into health and nutrition?
Great question. And when you think about health and nutrition, and if you're a listener wondering, all right, what are they talking about? Well, health and nutrition has kind of two sides of the coin, one being on the supply side. And think of that from the farm out to that commodity, that soybean being harvested and sent off for processing. The other one would be health and nutrition from that of a demand side, the human side of the equation. How's the health and nutrition of soy play out? So on the first part of that, the health and nutrition of a soybean, what's going into the soil health, what's going into the plant technology so that you have a healthy and a viable crop for years to come. That sort of investment, and literally the farmers have been making that for years, and the research on the supply side. So I think that's a really critical piece of it.
Yeah, Lucas, I'm glad that you explained that, because I think when a lot of soybean producers that contribute to the Checkoff, when they think about what their Checkoff dollars are doing, they're thinking about that demand development and market development. But there is a great investment that is made on, as you have described, soil health and on the production side of soybeans.
Absolutely. And that research, working with your land-grant universities, the funding that goes through Checkoff, you have research, promotion, and education. Those are the pillars of Checkoff. And one of the great things about Soy Checkoff in particular is that it talks about everything from the farm gate all the way through to the home consumer plate and the fridge and everything in between, or the innovations that soy is used for. And not all Checkoffs are like that. Sometimes there's a restriction of post-harvest, meaning we could only work on something after it left the field. Not the case in soy. We get to do all that work on farm, in the plant, in the technology, and ensuring the productivity and, frankly, viable health of that soybean plant for years to come.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, 5 months in as CEO, what are some of the farmers' priorities that you've talked to them about when it comes to health and nutrition issues?
Chip, over the last 5 months, it's been onboarding, yes, but in the last month and a half, I've taken some time and put myself on the road with the effort to hopefully, knock on wood, between now and the end of the year, have a chance to meet every one of our volunteer farmer leaders at their place of business, on their farm, in their kitchens, in their machine shop, right in the buddy seat, wherever it is. That has been something that I've been wanting to do. And so far, I'm about halfway through the board of directors. There's 77 of them. I've made 40 attempted visits, and I got 37 on farm already. But in the world of health and nutrition, they talk a lot about the investments made in research and what that means to the productivity on their farm. And if you've been on one farm, Chip, you've been on one farm. The commonalities, they plant a bean and they harvest that plant, but the on-farm production practices vary by region, and they know their land best, and that sustainability is a huge part of their modern practices for sure.
Okay. You said the word there, sustainability. Sustainability is an issue that seems to make its way into all the conversations when we're talking about things on the production side. Is the farmer's voice being heard in these sustainability conversations?
I think it's an area where we got to give them the mic more often, because what became very clear, even across the 10, 11 states that I traveled here in the Midwest, on-farm production practices vary. Cover crops work in certain areas exceptionally well, not so well in other areas. No-till, all these practices, to say there's one size fits all, couldn't be further from the truth. It's not just one academic point of view and what is best for soil health. It's letting that farmer engage in a meaningful way and knowing, hey, in my area of the country, in my climate, and my precipitation area, my soil type, these are the practices that I can do. That customization, in my mind, is huge, and we don't hear near enough of that from farmers individually. And so I'd say give them the floor, give them the mic, and let them share their points of view versus just always, having an isolated take on what sustainability means.
Yeah, fantastic. Lucas, you're on a hectic pace in the first 5 months. Be safe out there on the road. Good luck to you. Keep it up, all right?
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, that is Lucas Lentsch, the CEO of the United Soybean Board. Thank you so much for listening to this edition of the Soy Checkoff Check-In. You can learn more about the soy checkoff at unitedsoybean.org. Now, let's get back to AgriTalk.